You wake up, check your phone, and everything looks normal. The stock market hasn't crashed, the headlines aren't screaming collapse, and politicians are still telling you the economy is strong. But something in your life doesn't match that story. Your job feels less secure, your opportunities feel thinner, and the future feels like it's quietly shrinking. That's not your imagination. That's the shift. And here's the part most people are missing. The economy isn't collapsing. It's being rebuilt in a way that needs less of you. And if you think that sounds dramatic, stay with me. Because what's happening next is already affecting you, whether you realize it or not. Let me show you what that actually looks like. Because this is where it gets real, fast. One of the biggest tech companies in the world, Oracle Corporation, has confirmed massive layoffs, expected to reach around 30,000 jobs. Not during a recession, not during a financial crash, but during a boom in artificial intelligence. Now think about that for a second. A company can grow, invest billions into AI, and still cut tens of thousands of workers. So the question isn't why they're struggling. The question is why they don't need people the way they used to. And this is where it gets worse, because it's not just about jobs disappearing. The entire hiring system is being rebuilt. Companies are using AI to scan resumes, rank candidates, and even conduct interviews. At the same time, applicants are using AI to generate those resumes. So what you have now is AI talking to AI, filtering humans out before they even get a chance. And here's the part nobody talks about. Some of these job listings aren't even real. They exist to collect data or create the illusion of growth. So you apply, you wait, you hear nothing, and you start to think it's you. It's not you. It's the system changing in real time. Now watch this, because this is where the story shifts again. On paper, the economy still looks stable. Analysts, including voices like Joe Weisenthal, point to data showing unemployment isn't spiking the way it did during the pandemic. But here's the contradiction. Hiring has slowed dramatically in the kinds of jobs people actually depend on for stability. So while the numbers look fine, the experience feels broken. And that gap, that disconnect between data and reality, is exactly where this transformation is happening. But here's where it hits harder. Political leaders, including figures like Donald Trump, often frame economic success through stock markets, gas prices, and short-term indicators. If markets are up, everything is supposedly fine. But markets don't tell you whether someone can afford food, or rent, or medicine. And this is the part that should stop you. Because you can have a strong economy where more and more people feel like they're barely holding on. You see it in real stories. People choosing between basic needs, delaying care, working more just to stay in place. One man explained that he's struggling every day, now responsible for caring for his aging mother and being denied basic things like breathing medication because he can't afford it. He talked about having to choose between buying gas to get her to a doctor or eating that week. And when asked to describe his situation in one word, he said it was desolate. Global systems are under pressure. Energy markets shift with conflict. Key resources like fertilizer and industrial inputs face disruptions. Even specialized materials like helium, essential for advanced computing and medical systems, have experienced shortages. But none of this looks like a single breaking moment. It's a build-up, a tightening. And when that pressure moves through the system, it lands on ordinary people. Now here's the turning point, because this is where everything connects. Automation isn't just replacing jobs, it's redistributing power. When companies rely less on human labor, they gain more control. Fewer workers means less bargaining power, lower leverage, and more competition for what remains. And this is the part that most people feel, but can't fully explain. The system is becoming more efficient, but also more unequal. But here's the twist that changes how you see everything. This isn't an economic collapse, it's an economic redesign. The system is not failing, it's evolving into something that produces more with fewer people, concentrates decision-making, and reduces the role of human labor. And because it's happening gradually, it doesn't trigger panic. It just quietly rewrites the rules around you. So when you feel like something is off, like the story you're being told doesn't match your reality, you're not wrong. You're noticing the gap between how the economy is measured and how it's lived, and that gap is growing. So the real question isn't whether the economy is strong or weak. It's who it's working for now, and what happens to everyone who becomes less necessary to its function. Now think about this. If the system can grow without needing as many people, what happens to wages, to stability, to dignity, to your future? Because once you see this shift, you can't unsee it. And if this is hitting close to home, if you felt this disconnect in your own life, I want to hear from you. What are you experiencing right now that doesn't match the story you're being told? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Share this with someone who needs to see it. And if you want more breakdowns like this that actually connect the dots, subscribe to Progressive Wave channel, because this conversation is just getting started.